Hi. Hi, beautiful one. Welcome to a wake-up call. What is the Great Awakening really asking of us? Well, I am going to let you know because I've been tuning in to a few things here, a few things to fill you in on. My name is Rebecca Abraxas, Brilliant Possibilities. I love facilitating folks to remembering their greatness because Lord knows we need a bit of your greatness right now in the world. All right, so what is happening on the planet right now, right? And why is everyone calling it a great awakening? Because it sure doesn't feel like light and awake and everything like that. Well, guys, the way I see it is that everything's coming up, right? All the dirt, all the negativity, all the old program is coming to the surface. Guess what happens, guys? To wake up, we have to become aware. We have to become aware before we can make the next choice. So if choice and awareness and then possibility are the three ways we're creating reality, then one, we choose. I choose to wake up the world. I choose consciousness no matter what. If a lot of us are choosing that on the planet, guess what's going to happen? The next phase is awareness. And guess what has to happen to become aware? We have to be aware of all the yuck. We have to be aware of all the conspiracy. We have to be aware of all the programming and the judgment and the racism and all the shit that's coming up here. We have to be aware of it for the next possibility. And then the next choice. So now we're in the middle of a great awakening because we have great awareness happening right now. And what we're on the forefront of is the great possibility. So the great awakening happenings with awareness. And now the great possibility is going to happen next. That's a really exciting thing. So what really is the wake-up calls that are happening and the wake-up call that I'm sharing with you right now? The wake-up call is everything that's happening around us, everything you're seeing in the media, all the leadership, all like whatever is happening, just the mean ways that we're treating each other, all that, it's really surfacing, and the awareness that we're having. Oh my gosh, this is really still happening. Oh my gosh, people still live this way. Oh my gosh, people still treat each other this way. It's kind of like we're getting our eyes opened up even more. And this really needs to happen, the awareness. Now, the exciting part is we're going to be, graduating into the possibilities with all of this. And this is where it gets kind of exciting. Whereas that you, with your new awareness, have all these different possibilities in front of you. And which one are you going to choose? Which one matches your authentic self? And this is what's happening too. What is your authentic self? We're also becoming aware of that too. So just like the world in the macrocosm, our microcosm is going to start bringing stuff up, right? What thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, trauma, what's all the stuff that we've been programmed to live and create from? And if you made a choice to live more consciously on the planet, all that stuff has to be revealed and brought up. And then you get to choose what to do next with it. Once you're aware of it, now what? Do you want to let it go? Do you want to keep creating with it? Do you want to create a whole new possibility in your field and for the world? So really, guys, the macrocosm mirrors the microcosm. Let me say that again. The macrocosm mirrors your microcosm. So what we're being asked to do is to personally go in and delete programming. I mean, think about the matrix here. We're deleting programming. Now, a lot of people are going out into the world and working the macrocosm first. And some people are working the microcosm first. There's no judgment about that. There's no right or wrong. Because as you go into the macrocosm, your microcosm is going to be revealed too. So it's the Great Awakening is about awakening awareness. And the cool part about the wake up calls that we're having is that it's creating more choice on the planet. Not only choice for like, oh, do I want this car or that car, or choice into, oh, I want to go live here with my kids, or oh, choice about, oh, I think I'll get a vaccine or not vaccine. You know, those are physical choices, but we get to choose on an emotional, spiritual, and mental level too. And that is what is going to explode possibilities. We do not have to live in a 3D world anymore. We don't have to live with this cause and effect. We actually don't have to live with suffering anymore. This is what the Great Awakening also is, the possibility that you get to choose beyond suffering, that you get to choose awareness without suffering. And this is the big wake-up call that we start to see, well, I'm kind of attached to my suffering. We start to see that. Eckhart Tolle talks about it in the New Earth as the pain body. People get really attached to the pain body. People are really attached to their dark night of the soul. They're really attached to their excuses. And this is where we have to get super, super truthful with ourselves. Tune in. Who am I really? What programming am I living from? Even spiritual people out there, even kind of like teachers out there, have to face the ego. They have to face the programming and come from a real truthful place in themselves. Is this really me? Okay? So every role, every person in every role is going to have to take a look at what pain body they're tuning into, what negative programming, what just cause and effect programming they're tuning into. The higher ups, the people that want to be in control, they all want us to really buy into kind of this cause and effect thing. Okay. They really want to have like, you know, this is the way you have to live to be healthy. This is the way you have to live to whatever, like this cause and effect reality. And even like spiritual people are saying like, you have to go through a dark night of the soul. You need to process emotions. You know what? I'm here to tell you, you don't. You do not have to process emotions. You do not have to go through this belabored labor of emotion. An emotion, and this is another effect of the Great Awakening, and that's why we don't have to choose suffering anymore. We can just choose awareness. So this is how it goes. You have an emotion. The emotion is giving you information about a thought pattern that you've had, that you've done over and over again. Now you get to be like, do I want to keep living from this? Do I want to keep choosing this? That's it. You can say yes or you can say no. If you say, you know what, I want something different, you say, thank you, emotion. Thank you for this information. I am going to choose ecstasy. Just had this experience with my husband. We had a little like butting of heads and some awareness came up and there it was. And, you know, the night could have gone into a whole night of processing. In the past, it could have been kind of arguing and this and that. And we both went our own ways. We felt into it. This morning I said, hey, are we over that? Like, what do you want to process it? Or do you want to? And he looked at me, he's like, I'm done. I want to choose this. And he kissed me. And guess what, guys? That's not bypassing. It's taking a look at the awareness, the emotion, and the thought pattern is giving us and saying, I want to be done with this. I want to live differently. I want to live more expanded. Okay? So that's that. I guess that's all I have to say, but like maybe say, like, is there anything else I want to say? There are wake-up calls happening left and right in the macrocosm and in the microcosm. The awareness is creating more possibility. The possibilities are creating more choices, and the choices are creating more awareness. That's what's happening. And then it's an invitation to function at a higher frequency, all right, a faster frequency, so that you can decrease suffering in your life and on the planet. Because as you decrease suffering here, you decrease it for the planet. So I'm a huge proponent of personal practice and awareness work, because the macrocosm reflects the microcosm reflects the macrocosm, the macrocosm reflects the microcosm. And if, there's, what is it, the holographic theory, all that kind of sciencey type stuff. It's, the quantum physics have shown this, what affects the other, and the holographic theory, and the, what is it, the entangled web theory, and how we're all kind of related. And that, guess what? The Great Awakening is also about showing us how manipulative everything is. Now, the government, the army, those higher up places that are doing like experiments, they know all this. This is all no secret files. They know this. They know about enlightened like alien beings. They know about all this stuff. But they don't want to share it with you, because it would give you too much power. It would give you too much choice. And they may not have you in the palm of their hands. So the Great Awakening is to get the fuck out of the palm of the hand of some of these leaders that want to take your power from you. Take your power back. That's what the Great Awakening is about. Take your power back with choice and awareness and possibility and choice again. Awareness is going to be the biggest key here. So as we watch things unfold, maybe in a not so pleasant way, just know, oh my gosh, it's the awareness coming up, and now we get to choose. So one last thing I want to talk about is, I was listening to something Eckhart Tolle was talking about the pain body. Now, different collections of people, we could say women, we could say Black lives, we could say Native Americans, we could say Jewish people, like collections of people in our cultures have in the past gone through abuse, suppression, slavery, disempowerment. And it, in some of these groups of people, like with right now with Black Lives Matter, it's coming into the present moment still. It's still happening. Eckhart Tolle talks about groups of people, and in particular, he was talking about women in this particular webinar. But I think it can go into all these groups of people that have a very strong history of abuse, of being shut down. So it means that culture, and whether if you are in that culture, if you are as a woman or as a Black person or as a Jewish woman, as a Native American, if you are born as that expression into that culture, you have that pain body to work through. So in particular, he was talking about women, that women have a particular collective pain body that they have to consciously work through. Not only their individual pain bodies, but the collective. Now, I did say we do not have to suffer anymore in this new paradigm with this Great Awakening. And that means really looking at our pain body. Are we going to be seduced by it? Whether it's the collective pain body or whether it's our individual pain body. It's sitting with it. It's being present and noticing and becoming aware of it and saying, this is not what I want to be the effect of anymore. When you do that work in the microcosm, that energy goes into the macrocosm. And so as a woman, I have that extra consciousness work to do. You know, if you're in any of those fields of people, a Black person, a Jewish person, a Native American person, you have some extra consciousness work to do in the microcosm to affect the macrocosm. But know that this Great Awakening is about bringing that awareness up and creating something different with it. So these wake-up calls are exciting. Sometimes they're not super comfortable, but we don't have to suffer anymore. We can make a choice. We can make a choice of whether we're going to be seduced. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Are we going to be seduced by the dark side? Or are we going to like just come into the force, the lightness? It really is that way. So will you be seduced by the dark side, or will you really, really flow and open to your lightness of being, which has really nothing to do with the past abuse of history? It really doesn't anymore. So I'm a strong proponent of what's happening physically actually started as an energetic and really will end as a result of an energetic. So what energy are you still going to be practicing? Because what you practice is what becomes. So are you going to practice the energy of a past reality and a past abusive relationships and past abusive culture? Or are you going to practice your enlightenment? Are you going to practice your awakening? Are you going to practice your consciousness? Are you going to practice the love vibe? Are you going to practice 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 dimensional energies? You know, expanded lightness, allowance, heart connectedness, compassion. Are you going to practice that? And to do that, when we practice those lighter frequencies, guess what? There's no right or wrong, and there's no sides. Polarity decreases and allowance increases. This is the new paradigm. This is the wake-up call. This is how suffering ends on the planet. So, comments. What's going on for you? What got brought up for you while listening to this? Put them in the comments. Let's hear it. And I want to say goodbye now. I hope this was informative. I hope this was a wake-up call to be like, yes, this is what's happening on the planet. It's a good thing. It's waking us up. It's letting us know that awareness is abound and there's a new possibility coming through. All right, beautiful, beautiful people. Please subscribe below if you want to be in the high vibe tribe here and get more videos on consciousness and remembering your greatest self. And I will see you next time. Take care.